So the best thing about this project is you don't have to have a whole lot of knowledge to put it together and make it easy for yourself. Basically, I have a T-square, measuring tape, some drywall screws. I do have a saw, you don't need one. And I also have my drill set up for a drill bit through the small pieces of wood. I'm using 1x2s today, but if I had my druthers, I would use 2x2s. I just don't happen to have any on hand. And it's all about getting it done. So today we're just gonna go for it. So the first thing I did was I just put my fence posts over top of my 6-foot table. We're gonna put some 2x4s on the bottom there, so it makes a pretty good stand. But up there at the top, you'll see just have my 1x2s. The reason they're short and they only cover 2 boards is because we're going to do, this is both sides, and I want to line them up evenly so that when we put the board on the other side, the actual shelf is level. So after I lined the bottom up, I put my T-square along the edge of the board so I can make it go straight across. I've already cut up my 1x2s. Just cut them just long enough, just took a hacksaw and cut them off just long enough to go across the 2 boards here. Then I'm a big fan of drywall screws. I know they're not wood screws, but they're handy to have around the house and you can use them for just about anything. So, and it is just a chicken perch. So I have one of my drills set up just to do the starting pre-drill. When I'm thinking about this earlier, what I was thinking about is that my shelves are going to go down in this direction, so I want my center screws to be like right in the center of my board. So I'm going to go ahead and just center it up best I can. And if you go ahead and pre-drill, when you get ready to drill the screws in, they won't mess with your 1x2s. Though it won't split your wood in half. So I measured that just about right because I like my nesting box to be about 2 foot off the ground because they like to be off the ground when they nest. But at the same time, I want my perch high enough so at night they get from predators. So I measure my nesting box. It's only about 1 foot, so I gave it about 2 feet of room here. So it has little room for them to spread their wings to get up inside the nesting box. Just gonna take my 1x2s. Do the same thing I did with my other 1x2s. Put them up against my T-square against the end. Stack them up. Kind of got a split in the wood there, so I'll face it in. But stack them up. Just put them on these 2 and then put them on the other 2 for my shelves. So before you screw these in, you might want to go ahead and make sure that the bottoms over here, the bottom of the planks themselves, are still even before you start. That way you'll get your shelves even. Like I said before, just to give it a little bit of stability, I'm going to put a foot on it, a bigger foot on the inside. So I'm going to take it just a little bit over the lip of the bottom of the boards here and just go ahead and drill. Actually, I'm going to drill them a little bit more shallow than what I've got my screws up there, just to offset it so it doesn't shift. So when you don't have people, you use chairs and the table and all sorts of things. But I cut these boards down to the size of my nesting box so I could put them across and in between. I'm using some of the old boards that I had before. I'm gonna go ahead and put the top shelf on. And then I think I still have some rock, so I think I'm gonna put a cross beam in the back to kind of keep it supported. All right, friends, I warn you, it's not pretty back here, but this is actually the back side. I just took and did about a 30-degree angle on each end of my 2x4 and screwed it into my existing shelf pegs, and that sturdied it up a little bit. You see it doesn't rock. Well, it looks pretty good in here and it serves its purpose. Purpose is to get them up off the ground, keep me from cleaning up poop out of their nesting box, and keep them using the nesting box. I have one in my house here, but they seem to like the one in the open in the summertime.